plight of Harvard student Bill Darcy. The FBI has been called into the investigation to try and determine the possible connection with Harvard history professor Colin Chandler, whom the young student was trying to contact when he was so brutally attacked by assailants last night. Excuse me, you gentlemen are with the FBI, aren't you?
No comment.
Could you tell me why the FBI has been brought into this case in addition to our local police?
No comment.
Have you been able to determine a connection with Professor Chandler?
No comment.
Are you able to discuss a possible motive?
No comment.
Well, as you can see, the FBI isn't saying much. From Harvard for Channel 11, I'm Polly Bishop.
Push back a bit.
And so a battle takes place between the rich who hold power, George III, and the poor who have no power, the colonists. If the poor people win, it's called a revolution. If they lose, it's called a rebellion. One man's traitor is another man's patriot. Hero, villain. So families were split on the issue. One brother loyal to the crown, another saying, hell no, the only answer is revolution. And although many fought in this revolution, fought and died, it came down in history embodied in the figure of one man, the father of our country, General George Washington.
You say George Washington, but I read Landis and Goldwasser's book.
Who?
The Revolution Reconsidered, Random House, 76.
Oh.
And they say George Washington is a fraud, that all the time he was promoting himself as the masterminding figure in the revolution, the real leaders were obscure men.
There we have it. That's it. That's it. Washington is a fraud. The technical name for that kind of claptrap is revisionism. And its purpose in this case is simply to elevate the future careers of two mice, two minuscule faggot rats, by tearing down the rightful reputation of one of the great giants of all social and military history. Okay, troops, you have your reading assignments.
Hi, you're Professor Chandler.
That's right, Siri. Chandler. C-H-A-N-D-L-E-R.
Well, I'm Polly Bishop. P-O-L-L. Why?
Why? I recognize the face. I despise television.
Well, I hate television, too. I'm not television. I'm news.
Oh, well, it's all TV to me, dearie. And I think the news is the worst part. What do you want, anyway?
I would like to interview you for our next live broadcast, and I'll only need a couple of minutes.
Between the car commercial and the deodorant? Yuck, yuck.
Well, actually, it's about the Bill Darcy murder case. Are you a suspect?
Mr. Darcy was a student of mine, Miss Bishop, a human being I knew. No, I am not a suspect, and making a jackass of myself on your ridiculous TV show wouldn't do anything for him or me. So if you'll excuse me, please. Turn those lights on. We're having an energy crisis.
Turn them off.
Hey, you can't come in here. This is the men's room.
Professor Chandler.
Oh, God, I can't believe it. Are you actually going to put this on TV?
Now listen, Professor, whether you like it or not, you're the only lead. Your name was found in a notebook that was in his pocket, and he was seen leaving your office just a few hours before he was killed. Now, I've got to get this story.
Well, I'm going to give you a story, lady. I'll give you an exclusive story. Have you ever heard this one? What do you think of this story, lady? You ever hear this one before? You like that story? Put that on the 6 o'clock news.
Oh, shut
Got rid of her, huh?
Polly Bishop for Channel 11 News. We're in venerable old Harvard Yard within earshot of bustling Harvard Square and also within the spreading shadows of the violent death of Harvard student Bill Darcy. We're talking with Professor Colin Chandler. Professor Chandler, is it true that you were the last person to see Bill Darcy alive?
Huh? Oh, no, not true, Miss Bishop, B-I-S-H-O-P. As you perfectly well know, he tried to contact me and I couldn't talk with him.
Do you know why he was so desperate to talk to you?
The desperation is entirely yours, Miss Bishop. He left a message for me to call him. You'd be amazed how many messages I get from people who are not subsequently murdered.
Thank you very much,
And
Mr.
thank
Chandler.
you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so police, in their search for a possible motive, are still puzzled as to why Bill Darcy was trying to contact Professor Chandler only hours before his death. For Channel 11 News, I'm Polly Bishop in the Harvard Yard. Got her? Okay? Got you, you bastard.
Goodbye, Miss Bishop. May your ratings sink in the mire of the Charles River.
Well, may the pizza that you carry sit undigested in your stomach for the next 3 days.
Thank you very much. By the way, I was wrong about television. I loved it. I loved it.
Let's go, Mr. Jones.
Good evening, Mrs. Cohen.
Good evening, Professor. Are you alone tonight?
Yes, I'm alone tonight. Naturally. Hello, Howard. Did you have a good day, Howard? Do you smell my pizza pie, baby?
All right, Jack, let's not slow down that. That's good. All right, well, hit the brakes for Christ's sake. Hit the brakes! This is it.
No, not yet.
Ready.
Roll the tape.
Roll on.
George, I know you know how to use your head, but Martha would not approve.
Little chance remains for the Presidential Guard to withstand the insurgents. Bill Wiggins, outside the Presidential Palace.
United Nations Committee plans to meet again on the problem next week.
Here he comes.
Yes, and we have the technology, Mr. Jones. Nice clean signal.
For WPS
Come on, Howard.
11, Paulie Bishop
This is
reporting
it,
on
the
Bill
big
Darcy
debut.
murder investigation.
Pay attention.
Here at the murder site of Harvard student Bill Darcy.
Look at the TV,
FBI has
Howard.
been called into the investigation and is trying to determine
Come
the
on,
possible
Howard.
connection with Harvard history
Okay,
professor
miss
Colin
it then.
Chandler,
The hell with you.
whom the young student was trying to contact when he was so brutally attacked last night. We're talking with Professor Colin Chandler.
Howard, is that me?
Professor
Do I look like
Chandler,
that?
Is it true that you
not
were the
me.
last person to see Bill Darcy alive?
No, not true, Miss Howard,
Bishop.
my
We tried to
dignity, they've
contact him
ruined
to
me.
talk with him.
Do you know why he was so desperate to talk to you?
The desperation is entirely yours, Miss Bishop. He tried to...
Atta babe, that'll
You'd
show her.
be amazed
Should've
how
been
many
asked for it.
messages are left for me by people who are not murdered.
Thank you, Professor
Thank you
Chandler.
very much. Thank you.